Classic Mouldings Limited is a Kenyan-based company managed by expatriates and highly innovative local management, renowned for its artistic approach to interior decoration, situated along Mombasa Road, a strategic place where building materials are easily accessed. Founded in 1991, Classic Mouldings has developed to become one of the premier providers of high-class interior decoration work. Right from the initial consultation and concept development through the final construction, their projects combine the latest in technology with the traditional values of craftsmanship and quality. Franklin Karani is the technical manager in charge of all operations at Classic Mouldings.
It comes pre-mixed, it comes ready, and you can get it in any color. You're not limited by color.
The owner, who is of Israeli origin, had visited the country as an electrician in Mombasa, and in his observation, he found out our way of interior design was more conventional and that something was to be done. No one knew it could make big money, thus Classic Mouldings.
We are working with many interior designers. There are excellent interior designers in Kenya and other neighboring countries, and we want to be an excellent tool in the implementation of interiors.
Classic Mouldings was begun in 1993 by Moshe Noiman. It's a family business. And what happened is that they came to Kenya as technicians. He is an AC technical guy. And when he came into this country, he was in Mombasa and he realized, oh, in this market, no one supplies crown moldings, no one supplies skirtings, no one supplies door surrounds. And it's out of that Classic Mouldings was born. So they started with importing in the moldings from Europe. And as time went by, they realized more and more need also, that also there's no one doing dry board. That is what we call gypsum creations. So they were the first people to introduce that into the East African market. So they introduced gypsum into this market, and they did what we're doing now with the special paint. They started training people on how to do the applications and how to do the installations. And over the time, it grew into a very big market. There are many business people in this country who saw the opportunity, and they started bringing in the dry board. And as we are talking right now, almost everyone is doing gypsum works.
Starting was not easy. The idea being new in the market, a lot of money was channeled in marketing and research so as to convince the market this was the best way to go in terms of interior design. And 23 years later, the company is in good shape, getting big deals from large organizations.
The need they saw in the market was that, one, there was no one else doing it. And as a businessman, if you see a product that no one else is doing, then you realize, okay, this is something good to go into. Then secondly was the way that it's an untapped market, what I would say. And secondly now is that the people, we spent a lot of money educating people to create the need. Because that's another thing with a virgin market. When you imagine to a virgin market and you see something that is not in that market, if you don't spend or you don't really invest into educating people for them to see the need in what you're supplying, then you can really not be able to supply it. So when they came into this market, they saw the need, but now they had to make the investment, which is now to show the people the need for this.
The exclusive technical innovation, as well as their creative and dramatic design, transforms every home, office or environment into a unique and beautiful world of its own. The company provides standard interior construction works and high-class finishes. The main areas include fine interior walls, decorative artistic wall paste that include terra, tadlac, antico and stucco, a wide range of wall covering made of various materials of high quality and decorative design, and the floor is designed with Jerusalem stones. In fine interior walls and ceiling, gypsum and drywall construction is used to provide unlimited decorative designs. Straight and curved walls and suspended ceiling is another feature found at Classic Mouldings. The quality and finish of the interior walls and ceilings can only be compared with the top Western companies who apply the same. Today, gypsum dryboard is a major feature of construction because of its strength, modularity, easy assembly and smooth finish.
We have many products. This also has come as per the need as we supply the market. Like I said, we began with moldings. We went into cornices and skirtings, door surround, medallions, then into special paints, and now we have a new product on the market. We are always sourcing for what is not in the market and really exploiting it and making sure that people know all about it and how to use it to take full advantage of the product. We have the natural stone. It may look like tile, but it's not a tile, it's a natural stone. This we're importing from Italy, we have stuff from Israel, and all our products, what I will say is we source for the best in the world.
Top class range of cornices, chair rails, door panels, columns, niches, and wall light appliances, pilasters, ceiling medallions and more are their large range of architectural moldings installed by their company to perfection. Interesting range of Jerusalem stones for flooring and wall cladding. This unique new line offers modern quality finishes in biblical and ethnic styles.
These are the special paints, and like you can see, you get them in different textures, in different fields. This is more rustic, smooth. This is called travertino, and we've blended it with something called cacio pesto. You can be able to wipe it with a damp cloth. If it's dirty, you wipe it with a damp cloth. And it's the same cacio pesto, but now without the rough edges introduced by travertino.
Special paint.
Yeah, all this is special paint. Very easy to apply, very easy to maintain.
So it's a mixture that you mix.
It comes pre-mixed. It comes ready, and you can get it in any color. You're not limited by color. See? It's more like a velvet feel.
This technique,
Yeah.
where does it originate? Is it Israel or just
Like this is from Italy.
Italy?
Yeah. You can find that I've done this in the sitting room. I've done the other one, the same material but a different texture in the dining or in a bedroom. So depending with the color scheming in the house, we are able to advise on what to do where, exterior or on the inside. They are all different. You get, look at that, an elephant skin finish, really nice, and it comes in a bucket, it's a thick paste. Then we apply it on your wall, then give it this texture. Those are the application techniques we are training now these local artisans on.
How do you twist it to give?
There's a special tool to be able to give you this kind of finish. That's what I'm going to show you inside there. These are vein cuts. Then you have a border, which is also done so well. Then you have the mosaic. The same stone cut into smaller pieces and patched together. They give a very nice finish. The same happens here in a bigger size. What we've done here is create the gypsum ceiling. Then we've done the step to create that circle. Then we've replicated that here on the headboard. Then we've done it with gypsum and we've done the special paint on it. And then you can see the molding again. So that's...
It's a king's bevel.
Yes. That's where now creativity comes in. Because like this now, the way you combine things now, that's where we say now you need a designer. And this is not wood. We are trying to discourage people from deforestation. This is made of the same material with our cornices and our moldings, but it gives you that look of wood. When you look on the other side, you can see it's hollow. Instead of the normal conventional corridors we have, you can have a more creative walkway. When I was saying when you have dark corridors, so this you install it on top of the tiles on the roof. Then the light travels through this light tunnel. Then here it will illuminate as though it's to bring the light. just like a bulb. You can install one of these. It's very easy, it's watertight, you know, it's completely watertight, the water can't go through. Now imagine how many houses in Kenya have attics that are not used. It's just waste of space.
Only rats live.
Rats, bats, that's all up there. And how much is land right now? So you can be able to access your attic very easily without having to carry the ladder to destroy your walls as you bring it in. And to open again, it's very easy. Just pull it. Then you take it out and just allow it to come down. The same with this one here. Yeah. This is a wooden one. It's cheaper. Then this is the spiral. The one I said when you do such an attic now, you'll need this because this is more practical for everyday use. These are the moldings. Remember me talking about different types of moldings. So this is just to show the different types of moldings that we have. Again here you see them, all different types of moldings. On the other side, so here you're able to bring your client and they can select whatever profiles of a molding that they desire or that appeals to them, depending also with the height of the house, the volume. You're able now to guide them on what to pick. You see, like now when you go on the curves, yeah, you're able to put it like this without really having to start cutting and doing all sorts of things. That's why I said they are very easy to work with.
Decorative paste and special paints which provide natural texture and unique wall finishes.
Which is a backcloth finish. This is Terra. It's a special paint. It's not a cloth. No, this is a special paint. It's not a cloth. What happens on the wall preparation is you have to make sure the wall is as smooth as possible. So you just sand it and make sure that you don't have rough edges and the primer is not so strong. Then you come and do your application. You have to make sure that your surface doesn't have any dust. Because things like Travertino, Terra, they are very heavy. So when you put it on the wall, the thickness is slightly big. So you need a material that is thin. A material that is heavy. Then for the thin materials, you need a primer that is smooth. Leave it to dry and then the gold will come up now. You start seeing. This should take about 20 minutes. You can smell, it doesn't have a smell. They are all green materials. None of them has a smell. So we can put it under fan so that by the time you're done with the interview, it will be dry. Because with the fan, the wind will help it to dry faster. Just move your brush. Yeah.
This way.
Yeah. To make sure that it's not like strokes of brush that are even. Just move it a bit. These are the techniques now we want everyone to learn. We show them how to do it. We teach them how to do wall preparation. Then we teach them how to do the application itself. You can see how it looks. How many minutes are those? Not even 20 yet.
About 9 to 10.
Yeah, 9 to 10. You can see it's dry and you can see the effect on the wall. It's very easy to do.
So it is done.
It's done. The same with this now. I'm ready to do the second coat. You see this is dry. See how fast that is? Now I can do the second coat now and give it an effect. Then I give it the texture now. And I see I keep rotating and changing direction. Rotating and changing direction to give it more interesting. Do bigger strokes, smaller strokes.
The company is talking of millions in returned capital, with one tin of paint going for 1,800 shillings, where one square room will need at least 4 tins of special paint.
And with the special paint is a special sort of materials that you're able to apply, like you can see in this showroom, and they give you different ambience, different feels, and the way you combine them. It's paint that once it's on the wall up to 30 years, you don't have to repaint it. And it's all green, made of green materials. We have no emissions at all. It doesn't have any smells, secondly, which means when you're applying it, like at times you have a family, you're living in the house, and you don't want to smell the smell of paint for a whole 2-3 weeks in the house.
The price of a service may range from 5,000 to up to 1 million depending on the amount of work needed and the size of the house. It should be noted that this is not only for the high-end market. Every market is accommodated in their plan.
People had this notion of classic moldings is expensive, it's expensive, this is expensive, or this is for the high-end. What I can tell you is we've changed that notion, because right now we have products even of up to 500 shillings a square meter. So what I can say is that all things are happening and we are reaching out to everyone. And there's something for everyone in this company right now.
Recently, the Interior Design and Construction Services Company rolled out a program to train artisans on the latest technology. The offer is based on training on trends in interior design furnishings. The move is part of the company's contribution to spur a job creation and a community social responsibility as a way of giving back to the community. The company aims to train more than 5,000 artisans across the country in the next 6 months in Phase 1. Dubbed Professional Applicators Club (PAC), the program will create a pool of certified artisans that can be relied on in the application of decorative paints. This is according to Technical Manager Franklin Karani.
Then you're a professional molding installer. You can install the moldings very well. We've seen you doing projects when you bring your clients. You can install the skirtings, you can install the door surrounds, and your work is good. We will stamp it for you.
The training is conducted by local staff as well as by experts from Europe. This is aimed at equipping the eager entrepreneurs with the latest technology and trends in the interior design. Develop skills and knowledge in these youths then becomes instrumental in promoting decent work in the informal economy.
Most of the times, when he goes through the institution, for example, to get that certification, maybe a technical college, what will they ask him? Did you finish Form 4? We are only taking C-, we are only taking D+. Some of them didn't go to school, but they're very good with their hands. There was no umbrella to certify them. There was no one to oversee that they can deliver and give a certification, so that if it's an organization that wants to take him to do a job, they are not able to take him. You understand where I'm coming from? And that is the need that you've seen in the market. And that's why we've decided, why not partner with Housing Finance? Let's give these people the technical knowledge. Let's equip them and let's certify them. Then when you take them now, you are assured that they can do this, and we've created a job opportunity for that person.
The company's worth is measured in millions, covering almost the whole country, especially major urban centers. That is Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret, and Kakamega.
What I would advise Kenyans and youth in specific, don't stay with your papers. You know, working every day, because simply you're trained as a doctor and you can't get a job as a doctor. Don't just sleep and stay there and grow old with your papers without getting a job or without working. What I would say is, there's so much that can be done in this country. And like now, there's so many opportunities that are coming up. The counties have been opened up. There's a very good budget on the counties right now. There's a lot of money up within the construction right now. There's so much construction happening from the government and from the private companies and even individuals. There's a lot that is happening. What I would challenge people to do is don't sit on your papers and say, this is what I trained for, this is what I have to do. Adjust yourself. Just find a niche in what you can do.
And because the idea was borrowed from traditional setup, their aim is to train mostly people in the provinces and have the brand work from rural to urban centers.
What I would tell you is we are looking at ourselves as a big supplier on interiors in this country and in East Africa. We are positioning ourselves at a point where we want to supply more, not really to, we will continue installing, not to say that we're shutting down the installation, the construction bit of it, but we want to be more on the supplying. We want to supply the market, and that way we are able to reach more people.
The company's 5-year strategic plan is to be able to get their services across the country and East African region.